Good evening. Welcome to South Asia Newsline. I'm Lipakshi Khurana. Here are the top stories we're tracking for you on Tuesday, the 23rd of December. BJP continues impressive performance in provincial elections. Bangladesh War Crimes Tribunal awards death to former federal minister. And Pakistani agencies intensify anti-Taliban crackdown, kill 13 militants in Karachi. And now for all the details. The International War Crimes Tribunal of Bangladesh on Tuesday awarded death penalty to former federal minister Syed Mohammad Kaisar. He was accused of committing crimes against humanity during Bangladesh's independence movement in 1971.
Syed Mohammad Kaisar was found guilty of 16 charges, including genocide, arson, attacks on minorities and killing of intellectuals. He is also accused of forming the Kaisar Bahini, which worked as an auxiliary force of the Pakistan Army in 1971. Kaisar, who fled the country post-independence, had returned to Bangladesh in 1975 and entered politics through the Bangladesh Nationalist Party. He also served as a junior agricultural minister under then military dictator H.M. Irshad. Bangladesh, then known as East Pakistan, fought a 9-month-long civil war in 1971 to secede from the West Pakistan. According to government records, some 3 million people were killed and nearly 200,000 women were raped during the period as Pakistan Army and its Bangladeshi sympathizers tried to crush the uprising. The ICT was formed in 2010 by the Awami League government to try the local collaborators of Pakistan. The tribunal has already sentenced nearly a dozen people to death and many others are still facing trial for their involvement in war crimes.
The Bharatiya Janata Party is all set to form new provincial government in India's eastern Jharkhand after it emerged as the clear winner in the elections. The party has, however, failed to achieve its long-standing dream of forming government in Jammu and Kashmir as it had to settle for a second place.
The BJP took the lead in Jharkhand immediately after the counting began on Tuesday. The party, which had only won 19 seats in the previous assembly, is eyeing at crossing 40 seats in the 81-member house. It will also be the first single-party government in the province ever since its bifurcation from Bihar in 2000. The Jharkhand Mukti Morcha, which had a coalition government in the resource-rich tribal province, could only manage 18 seats. The Congress Party and Regional Jharkhand Vikas Morcha both secured 7 seats each. 3 former chief ministers of the province, Madhukora, Hemant Soren and Arjun Munda, tasted failure in their respective constituencies. On the other side, in northern Jammu and Kashmir, the People's Democratic Party or PDP emerged as the single largest party in the 87-member house with 28 seats. While the BJP managed to secure 25 seats, the Congress Party could manage only 12. The ruling National Conference Party, however, faced a rout and could only settle for 15 seats. Chief Minister Omar Abdullah, who contested in 2 constituencies, won in Birwa but lost in Sonawar. Abdullah said he accepted people's mandate.
ऐसा कोई मीडिया वाला नहीं था कश्मीर में जो इलेक्शन से पहले हमें 5 या 7 सीटों से ज्यादा देने के लिए तैयार था। आज हमारे पास 15 अपनी सीटें हैं, 14-15 अपनी सीटें, 2 इंडिपेंडेंट्स को हमने मदद की, तो लगभग 16-17 सीटें हमारी आ गई हैं। मुझे लगता है इन हालात में इससे बेहतर हम कर नहीं सकते थे।
With no party having a clear majority, the PDP is likely to form a coalition government. The Congress Party has already extended its support to the PDP. The BJP said all options, including forming the government, are open before it.
सारे विकल्प खुले हैं। बीजेपी की सरकार बनाने का विकल्प भी खुला है, किसी को समर्थन देने का भी विकल्प खुला है और किसी की सरकार में शामिल होने का भी विकल्प खुला है। मेरी बात सुन लीजिए, मेरी बात समाप्त होने दी। तीनों विकल्प खुले हैं। भारतीय जनता पार्टी बाकी की पार्टियां जो इनिशिएटिव लेगी इसके आधार पर निर्णय करेगी।
The impressive performances in the elections will help the BJP to strengthen its position in the upper house of the parliament. Despite having a clear majority in the lower house, the BJP lacked numbers in the upper house, forcing it to hold back a number of key legislations so far.
Pakistan has intensified its nationwide operation against the Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan. Over a dozen suspected militants with alleged links to the militia were shot dead in Karachi on Monday.
Police in commercial hub Karachi carried out the operation following a tip-off about the presence of Taliban militants in the area. The officials claim to have killed at least 13 militants in the offensive, which was carried out late on Monday. According to reports, they were allegedly plotting an attack somewhere in the city.
इतला मिली कि ये टीपीपी के लोग जो हैं वो पुलिस की वर्दियों में और भारी असले से और धमाके के बॉल बेरिंग और दीगर जदीद असले से जो है लेस होकर कोई प्लानिंग कर रहे हैं.
The Pakistan Army and other security forces have been carrying out raids across the country over the past few days. More than 300 suspected militants were nabbed from capital Islamabad alone over the weekend. While the government claims to have taken a tough stand on terrorism, the Lahore High Court had on Monday ordered the release of internationally designated terrorist Malik Ishaq, the chief of band Lashkar-e-Jhangvi. The court order came after the government did not seek an extension to his detention. Jhangvi, a Sunni extremist organization, is accused of carrying out targeted attacks on minority communities in the country, including on Shias and Hazaras. Ishaq is the second high-profile militant leader who was given a legal respite in a week because of the government's inaction. 2008 Mumbai terror attack mastermind Zakiur-Rahman Lakhvi was also given bail by a Pakistani court last week. He is, however, still in detention as the government has decided to file an appeal against his release after India registered its strong protest.
People of Gilgit-Baltistan are increasingly becoming frustrated with Pakistan's policy of denying them even basic amenities and human rights. The increased exploitation and corruption is fueling a sense of denial among the residents of the region.
Gilgit-Baltistan has become a symbol of enduring oppression and despair. Successive Pakistan governments have treated Gilgit-Baltistan as a colony, denying it the right of self-governance ever since its annexation over 6 decades back. Nationalist leaders claim Pakistani forces resort to violent ways to suppress any kind of united opposition from the people.
यहाँ से बुराइयां जन्म लेती हैं, मसाइल जन्म लेते हैं, क्योंकि ये अवाम की ताकत से करते हैं, लिहाजा ये अवाम को तकसीम करते हैं. अवाम में जितनी तकसीम और अवाम जितने उलझे हुए हों इनके फायदे में, क्योंकि अवाम की ताकत से ये डरते हैं, लिहाजा ये फिरकावारियत फैलाते हैं, ये लिसानियत फैलाते हैं, ये इलाकायत फैलाते हैं. हर वो काम जिससे अवाम को तकसीम किया जा सके और उलझाया जा सके वो करते हैं.
To tighten its stranglehold over the disputed region, Pakistan's security apparatus is promoting divisiveness to break the unity of the locals who have been demanding complete freedom.
इस इलाके के अंदर भी रियासती इदारे हुक्मरानों ने इस खित्ते के नेक शरीफ और अच्छे लोगों को टुकड़ों में बांटने में रोल प्ले किया है. नफरतें बांटी गई हैं ताकि हमदर्दी के जज्बात खत्म हो जाए, भाईचारा और बरादरी खत्म हो जाए. ये उनको सूट करता है.
While Pakistan continues to champion the cause of Kashmiris in India's Jammu and Kashmir, it has brutally suppressed the voice of Kashmiris in Gilgit-Baltistan. It plunders the region's rich resources without giving any royalty to the locals. It does not allocate any resources to improve the social infrastructure even after imposing heavy taxes.
यहाँ बंजर जमीनें लोगों की हैं, लोगों को दी जाए, यहाँ के अवाम को दी जाए, इनको सपोर्ट किया जाए, इनको वसाइल दिए जाए. यहाँ से पानी पूरे पाकिस्तान में जा रहा है, यहाँ का पानी पूरे वतन को सरसब्ज कर रहा है. यहाँ का पानी दुरुस्त पानी की मैनेजमेंट की जाए और यहाँ के इलाकों को बंजर जमीनों को आबाद किया जाए. ये कब होगा? जब यहाँ के अहल लोग, यहाँ के नुमाइंदे हुक्मरान बनेंगे.
The cloak of secrecy thrown over the region by the Pakistani security apparatus has prevented access or scrutiny by the international community.
A Dhaka court has issued arrest warrants against Bangladesh Nationalist Party Vice President Tariq Rahman for insulting the country's founding father, Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. Freedom fighters demanded that the son of former Prime Minister Khaleda Zia should be extradited to face the law.
3 different arrest warrants have been issued against Tariq Rahman by a Dhaka district court for his recent insulting speech against the father of the nation, Mujibur Rahman. The court has directed Rahman to present himself before it on February 3rd. Addressing a Bangladesh Victory Day celebration in London last week, Rahman had called Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur a Razakar, a term used to refer to pro-Pakistan forces during the 1971 Liberation War. This is not the first time that the BNP leader has garnered controversy over his statements on Mujibur. In an earlier speech, Rahman had called him Pak Bandhu or a friend of Pakistan. Bangladeshi freedom fighters and Liberation War veterans strongly protested against Rahman. Activists took out a rally in capital Dhaka on Monday to protest against the remarks. They urged the Bangladesh government to take strict action against Rahman.
রাষ্ট্রদ্রোহিতার মামলার আওতায় এনে গ্রেফতার করে উদ্দিষ্টমূলক শাস্তির ব্যবস্থা করতে হবে, অন্যথায় সারা বাংলাদেশের মুক্তিযোদ্ধারা রাজপথে নেমে এর জবাব কিভাবে দিতে হয় আমরা তা দেওয়ার জন্য বদ্ধপরিকর।
Many also demanded the extradition of Rahman to face the law.
তারেক জিয়া বিদেশে বসে সমস্যা করছে, বিদেশ থেকে তাকে ধরে আনার জন্য এই সরকারের কাছে আমরা আবেদন জানাবো যে ইন্টারপোলের সাহায্যে তাকে ওইখান থেকে গ্রেফতার করা হোক। আর ব্রিটেনের কাছে, গ্রেট ব্রিটেন যার একটি গণতান্ত্রিক দেশ, তাদের কাছে, সেই সরকারের কাছে আহ্বান জানাবো যে আপনাদের মাটিতে বসে বাংলাদেশের এক কুলাঙ্গার বাংলাদেশের ইতিহাসকে বিকৃত করছে এবং মাঝে মাঝে বাংলার ইতিহাসের মহানায়ক জাতির জনকের বিরুদ্ধে বক্তব্য দিচ্ছে। আপনারা অবিলম্বে তাকে এই বক্তব্য দেওয়া থেকে বন্ধ করুন।
Rahman, who is facing a number of graft charges in Bangladesh, had fled the country in 2008 on medical grounds. He has been living in London ever since.
The grand spectacle of movements replete with rhythm, colours and attractive costumes went one notch higher as renowned Russian ballet dancer Sergei Polunin stopped in to mesmerize India with his moves. Take a look.
His legendary ballet techniques, astounding jumps and natural gift for acting came handy. Runaway Russian dancer Sergei Polunin, who took to capital New Delhi on Monday, enthralled dance lovers with his astonishing ballet moves. Charged with a wicked energy and panache, the concert turned out to be an exotic affair as the ballet troupe from Russia set the stage on fire. Sergei is a principal dancer with the Stanislavski Music Theatre and the Novosibirsk State Academic Opera and Ballet Theatre, both in Russia. Known for his classical techniques, Sergei said he wishes to promote his style, which is gradually losing worldwide charm.
I think ballet is dying a little bit out, and classical ballet is maybe not as popular as before, and I'm passionate about classical ballet, not modern dance. So for classical ballet to evolve, you have to do something for classical ballet.
The event is a part of a month-long festival of Russian culture under the aegis of the foreign ministers of both India and Russia to strengthen ties between the two allies.
Well, that's the way it was in South Asia this evening. Before we conclude, the top stories once again. BJP continues impressive performance in provincial elections. Bangladesh War Crimes Tribunal awards death to former federal minister. And Pakistani agencies intensify anti-Taliban crackdown, kill 13 militants in Karachi. Now viewers can watch the show on SouthAsiaNewsline.com. You can also visit us on Facebook.com/SAsiaNewsline and follow us on Twitter @SAsiaNewsline. That's all in tonight's edition. We'll see you same time tomorrow. Good night.